Yo, peace to the guys. So today I'm gonna talk about a couple things. After I just did my prayer, if you're watching this video, go watch the video I post before this, my prayer. So what we're gonna talk about today, and I'm gonna light this up because we speaking about some real things. I'm lighting this up for the ancestors, you know what I'm saying, sharing this moment. We're gonna talk about some things today after my prayer. Overstanding. So what we're gonna talk about today is we're gonna talk about the Amakua, and I'm not here to disrespect anybody's culture. I'm not here to disrespect anybody's belief system or knowing system. I'm just here to share my truth at the moment. So, you know, but the guys, they was breaking down the were jaguar. Now, I had an experience the other night where I animorphed into a killer whale, right? Now, you know, a great chief has once said that we're able to see through the eyes of the animals. So, I'm talking about the Amakua today, Big Ama, right? And we are all her children, and we're connected. And we need to share this connection as sacred and love each other as one. Now, when we're talking about the Amakua, you know, the chiefs are speaking, and you know, the thing is, great warriors would, you know, because we are the light. Rainbow, crystal, children, star seeds, indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children, flower children, sun children, moon children, you know, all aspects of nature and Neturu. Now, there was a time, right, that we're coming into where there's actually a action figure that I used to have. It's a Marvel character that can actually shapeshift into material things like cars and boats and planes and all of this. I forget his name, but that character is crazy. Now, you know, you got Mystique, and I break down that we are the X-Men because we're the she. You know what I'm saying? The XI, the she, are returning. And I have a whole video presentation of what that looks like. You know, I said in my rap, I said, you know, you mix a Asian with a melanated being, you bring the she back, you know what I'm saying? And it only takes what, I think 5 generations or something. But now the X-Men are returning on the planet. She-Ama, She-Amanu, She-Amaru. So dealing with the Amakua, and all respect to, you know, the islanders and the oceanic people, which is it's the whole world, because the whole world is the ocean. We live in a water world. Now when you're dealing with the Amakua, you know, or the Manahune, we could get into that too, the Twa. Some beings have the ability to shapeshift into many different things, but when we're talking about the animal kingdom and animorphing, it's called animorphing. Certain beings are able to animorph, and you know, we have our spirit totems and things like that. A couple of mine are like the hummingbird, the jaguar, the black panther. You know, I'm bringing back a lot of that Amaru energy, the horse energy, because it's the year of the horses coming up. And shout out to Chief Warhorse. And certain beings, you know, that what are some other mine? The seahorse, right? That's a very special one. That I just got to download. That is dealing with the Nasubiti, right? The Sea World. Now, the Mayans, you know, they got Davy Jones' locker from the Mayans, from the Maya. Also get, you know, you also had the crescent moon with the ancient Maya and the DreamWorks. And I wouldn't consider myself a chief, though I have infinite, limitless potential. I more consider myself as a soldier of light, and a warrior of light, a peaceful warrior, that is, like Ampu. And when we tapping into the dragons, you know, we're tapping into the plasmic crystalline energy. You gotta realize what that type of world is. That type of world is a very powerful, you know, the dragons will let off EMPs, and the dragons are really can be made, you know, you got the plum serpent, but you also got the dragons are made from, you know what I'm saying, crystal and rock. A lot of the rocks you see, a lot of stones you see, a lot of them took shape and form as stones and crystals. Even a lot of our ancestors take different forms, and you know what I'm saying, you might see their face within a picture, you might see their face within a rock, you know what I'm saying. I see faces of ancestors within blankets, I see them, they're everywhere. So when you tapping into that world, it's a lot reflection. But you see, I'm a life path number 4, meaning, you know, you have your 4 cardinal points, you got your 4 elements, right? It goes to 5, you know, your 5th element, but you got your 4 major elements. Now, the dragons are returning as well. The dragons are very powerful. You have the feather serpent, which is the plum serpent, you know, your Kukulkans and your Quetzalcoatlus, and you have your rock dragons, you have your crystal dragons, you have your feathered serpents dragons, you have your water dragons, your fire dragons, your celestial dragons, you have your etheric dragons, you have your water dragons, your earth dragons. These dragons come in many forms, and I'd say that most of these dragons can take on all forms. So, well, actually, I'd say that, yeah, these dragons, because we gotta, and shout outs to Bobby Hemmett, you gotta understand the Typhonian, Draconian, Obsidian, right? So, a lot of these dragons, you can't even, a lot of them are so swift and so powerful that you cannot see them. Now, everything comes from the primordial waters. So when we talking about the dragons, let me save this. I'm gonna do a part 2 because I don't want to lose this video.